Welcome to Food Service Education. My name is Michael Pesci and I am your certified instructor. I'm also the host of our first video podcast here. You're going to just hear me go over some frequently asked questions that a lot of students ask us and people that come to our page. So I wanted to take a moment and just kind of go through that with you guys and answer anything that might come up in the future as you prepare to take your industry cert. So what is ServSafe? ServSafe Manager Industry Knowledge Based Test. It verifies that a manager or a person in charge, also known as a PIC, has sufficient food knowledge to protect the public from foodborne illnesses. A ServSafe manager is a trained chef that has gone through the course of ServSafe and they have passed their tests. Okay? Typical certification process is you would sit in an 8 to 16 hour course on site somewhere at a location, a designated location. Depending on who is running the class, really honestly just depends on what you find in your area. Usually they must be from a certified food protection manager, but they also must be certified instructors with ServSafe. Now, the test is a 90-question multiple-choice exam. The passing score as of right now has been lowered from a 75% to now a 70%, and you can get no more than 27 incorrect responses on the test in order to pass. You can take the test either paper or online. I prefer the old-fashioned way, paper. I have done the online test. Sometimes you run into issues with vouchers not validating and things of that nature. But either one you choose, you got to make sure you have it certified, have it completed by a certified instructor and a certified proctor as well for the test. That's question 2. So our process is, use our online YouTube channel, Food Service Education. It's a self-paced guide. You have me as your instructor, and if you have questions, you put them in the comments and I respond back. So this is, different. You can kind of self-pace anywhere in the world, anywhere in the country, and watch this material. You don't have to physically show up at a particular location. You can then go ahead and hire me once you've gone through everything and you feel ready enough to take a test. You can hire me to schedule you an exam. Typically, I need about 10 business days to do that. So just be mindful if you do hire me in the Orlando area. I am available and we can make an appointment. We can set it up and we can schedule it 10 days in advance. Once it is scheduled, there is a non-refundable deposit, just because I'm carving off time on my schedule to meet with you. So be mindful of that. You obviously will save costs reviewing our content online. It's free versus sitting in a class that you're going to pay for. And kind of be at the pace of the instructor or the person lecturing the material. So encourage you to, utilize our channel, Food Service Education, as your own pace study guide to go at your own pace, your own speed, and really take time to just dig through the content. I really try to provide you with enough details and examples to help you study and prepare for your tests. Results can vary. They can be immediate. They can be 8 to 10 business days. Immediate, if you take the online test, you'll know right then and there once you hit submit if you passed. If you do the paper version, we the day of, we mail it back to ServSafe, which they just happen to be located here in Orlando. And typically about 7 to 10 business days is where we typically see a response back from them, whether you passed or not. So that's kind of like how our process works with Food Service Education. And hopefully that answers question 3. As we go through these questions, if you have any questions of yourself, put them in the comments down below. Do check to see if anyone asked the question so that there aren't repeat questions, but I will respond. So why choose food service education? So I am a certified food service protection manager. I've gone through the course. I've passed it multiple times. I'm a certified instructor and a proctor for the test. I'm also certified food professional with HealthGuard, which is through National Registry. I have 18 plus years culinary background working on board private luxury yachts in homes for private business executives, and 8 years in the public education sector, teaching this on a daily basis to 15, 16, 17, and 18-year-old students. Also getting them certified. 3 years culinary schooling. I obtained an associate's degree on a full scholarship, and then went and took some certifications with yacht etiquette. So I earned my 500 master cert. I teach a very concentrated course, meaning I'm not going word by word. I'm not looking at the book. I'm literally teaching it based off of the slides and kind of putting my own spin and twist on things by sharing experiences with you. By going through this direction and by following this course, I have had over 300 students take and pass their industry cert. I've had students take it and pass it first time, and I've had students take it and pass it second or third time. So it's just really dependent. And I really just try to dive in and give you as much detail as possible without trying to make it as boring as it can be. Because it can be very bone dry information, especially if you're new and you know nothing about kitchen-related tasks to prevent foodborne illnesses. All my information is up to date. We just recently released the 8th edition beta version update. So the test is currently being examined on the 7th edition, but the 8th edition was passed on by ServSafe to their instructors to kind of just give a little update on things that might have changed. I am one of the only channels on YouTube that teaches ServSafe and happens to have an entire shorts video study material. So you can essentially, if you're not into long-term video or you are just finishing the long-term, you're just looking for a quick way to study and catch up on the important things that might be on the test, we have plenty of YouTube shorts for you to do just that. And then, I am a culinary instructor. I live this life as a foodie, vlogger, blogger, you name it, production. We have a full production here in my home. I took about $8,000 out of my retirement fund with the school district that I had worked for the past 8 years and invested it into a full-fledged YouTube studio. So in that studio, we do food service education related material, and I'm also the host of Pesci's Kitchen, and you can check out that content and see that I literally live this life 24/7. So there's no one more trustworthy than me to give you this information. And I care. At the end of the day, I have the heart of a teacher, and I love teaching, and I love giving back. I mentor students outside of school, and I love being able to give back what was given to me. Number 5, who needs the food safety certification? Good question. So Florida statutes, so I don't know what statutes are in other states, but here in Florida, statute 509.039 requires that all managers in public food service establishments regulated by the Florida Department of Business and Professional Regulation, they must receive their certified food protection manager's cert. Establishments must have at least one certified professional food manager on site, on premise at all times. Typically, what you typically see are 2 managers getting their cert and certification. Okay, 1 a.m., 1 p.m. That way you're covered either or. What about food handler training? So typically anyone that works in and around food, the health department's going to require that they go through some kind of food handler training. And you can access that material by going to the safestaff.org website. They have training guides, or a lot of companies are starting to come out with their own food handler training guides. As long as your employees that work in and around food go through some kind of food safety training, they should be golden. Even I would like to say, and I don't know how true this is, and you'll have to either write me back so that I can look further into this, but I would like to say that just sitting in on our course here on YouTube should be sufficient enough. But if you access the material on SafeStaff, you can buy a quick guide book. It comes with a certificate in the back, and you can just clip it out and hang it up that your employees went through that training. Number 7, will I come to your facility to train your staff? Of course I'll come to your facility, but I do require a minimum of 15 students. And, most importantly, here's the best way to approach this. Have your students sit and watch our videos. When they are ready to take their industry test, and you just hire us, we set a date, we order the test, everything's paid up front, and we come out to your facility and proctor the exam. Whether it be computer-based or not, I can get access to computers if I need to, and we can bring our computers there, or we can do the old-fashioned paper version, which works just as well. The only difference is your results are going to take a little bit longer to get back. So if you're in an urgent need, obviously the online voucher way is the way to go, and we can provide that to you as well. So hopefully we're able to answer some questions. And this is a short podcast, but I just wanted to take the opportunity to just share a little bit about the process and see if there is a need out there. Obviously, we have seen that our community is continuing to explode in growth, and just extremely grateful for every single person that has been finding us. Originally, I started this as a way to just teach the material more consistently across my culinary classes as an instructor, but later found out that we were impacting other culinary students in other culinary schools, all the way up to New York City, to the West Coast, all the way to the California area. So, just so incredibly thankful that this material is reaching and having a need and an effect in the community. But again, I am here to serve you, and I'm here to grow this channel as well as my cooking channel. You can check that out in the features channel on the homepage by scrolling down to the bottom. And again, if you have any questions in the near possible future, you can always either put them in the comments or go to the About Us page and check out my email and email me directly from there. That's going to do it for us. You guys have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you soon for another one.